Because I'm like, girl, you have bangers. Like, my first thought is, why are we performing songs that aren't ours? And y'all wonder why I travel out the fucking country. Because in the country is ghetto as fuck.
I feel claustrophobic in this hoodie, and it's a large, and this hoodie was $85.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Left yours. Thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing.
Jumbo everyone, welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I hate that I even have to say this right now, but it's basically going to be a story time on my time in Chicago, why I will never go back. And Mana Leo, we need to have a quick chat. Okay? If y'all didn't know, I've been talking about it for weeks, probably even up to a month, on me going to the Don Toliver, Mana Leo, Ski Mask, and Molly Santana, all of those people going to that in Chicago. So originally I was super excited. I had already gone to Chicago once before, a couple years back. So I was already like, okay, cool. I have an idea of what is, you know, not necessarily expected in Chicago, but just like Chicago culture, driving around Chicago, all that other stuff. I'm not gonna lie, where I was staying wasn't the safest. It definitely was on the south side, and I thought I was cool. The first issue I ran into, at least for, you know, just going all the way to a different state / city for a concert, is this is what broke my heart the most. Mana Leo, you was doing a club appearance in every other single state you went to, but then Chicago, it's like, fuck Chicago. And even like, I think it was like a year and a half ago when she was going on tour the first time, like by herself, I had told her, I'm like, damn girl, you couldn't even include Minnesota? Like, what the fuck? Leo, I don't know if you'll ever hear this or look at this, but I just need to tell you how I really feel, because you really hurt my motherfucking feelings, okay? Girl, you act like us Minnesotans weren't here for you for your little debut thing when you came with Flo Milli, okay? Like, we were hoping that you would come back and that you would raise the motherfucking bar, but instead, you want to act like Minneapolis ain't shit to you, okay? Okay, you gonna put Chicago, you gonna put LA, you gonna put every other motherfucking city but Minneapolis, like we didn't show out for you the first motherfucking time. Leo, you really hurt my feelings, and every time I be listening to your music, I think about how you really cut deep by not coming to Minnesota and allowing me to live out that experience. Okay, have a good day. I also text her, I'm like, so what happens when I come to Chicago? And she's like, we gonna turn up. We certainly did not turn up. Turn up where? Like, I am just, I'm so heartbroken. There's so much stuff that went on during this trip that ultimately made me never want to go back to Chicago. Like, I'm so dead set with everything that happened on this trip. I don't need to go back to Chicago. The city stinks. Everything is overpriced as fuck. Like, I like Minnesota. Going to other states and other cities makes me realize how grateful I am to be a Minnesotan. And I say that every single time, especially when I come back from vacation and I'm just like back in my home, back in like my known territory. It just makes me feel so much more comfortable. But like, Chicago made me feel so uncomfortable of even being there. It made me never want to go back again. I don't care. I will never travel for a concert, more importantly for an opener, because we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Who's we? I will talk a little bit about that later. But just the first thing to start off, my car got sideswiped like a motherfucker. And that's where I'm also just like, damn, mirror broke, fucking my whole new ass fucking car that I just got is now dented like a motherfucker, all this other stuff. I'm just like, for real? Are you serious? Like, my deductible's already $1,000. My insurance just went down. Like, and that's where I'm just like, great. Now my insurance is gonna go back up because I have to, you know, fix my fucking car. And that's where I'm just like, oh my God. It's almost like everything bad that happened on this trip, I now associate it with the city of Chicago, and it makes me never want to go back. And I will keep saying that over and over again. And shit, call it passive aggressive nice here in Minnesota, but I do enjoy our Minnesota nice. I like when I see a stranger and they smile at me and I smile back, or vice versa. Like, y'all niggas are mean and rude and just no decorum. Where's the decorum? So that was basically the first thing. My car got sideswiped, and I'm just like super irritated because obviously they're not gonna leave any information. It's fucking Chicago, the south side. But I'm just like, damn. Like, out of all the cars that were parked on the street, it almost like, I'm like, did a nigga target me? Did someone put a fucking like omen on me or something like that? I'm gonna adjust the settings real quick. I'm looking a little too light bright, okay? Okay, I was looking a little too light skin right there, and it was, no, I adjusted it. We're good now. But that's also where I'm just like, damn. So that happened, basically every bad thing that happened day of the concert. So my car gets sideswiped, and I'm like, great, because we have a 6-hour drive back to Minnesota the next day. So I have to deal with that. And then I step on glass. That's great. And then here's everything. This is the reason why I'm making this video in the first place. Because I know y'all thought you were getting a Chicago vlog. No, fuck that shit. There will be clips, you know, being put as an overlay, but fuck that. You're not getting a vlog at all. The next thing, okay, I already knew that early entry was taken away, and I was like, okay, you know, it's okay. I'll still, you know, I'm used to getting barricade. That's something that isn't really like too hard to do, especially at concerts. You just show up early, wait in line, and then you get in early and you're good to go. Well, I showed up around 4:30, waited in line. I'm just grateful I had a joint with me, because fuck, man, waiting in that fucking line, bro, was so boring. And then on top of that, it was raining. So Micah and I are just sitting under the umbrella smoking a joint. Granted, it is legal in Chicago, but still. So we finally, you know, Micah leaves. I stay in line because they're about to start letting people in. The way that there was no security, like when I say security, there's nobody like patting you down. Like, yeah, you walk through a machine, but you didn't like, you know, nobody was like doing the thing, which I'm used to at like the Armory or even like the Fillmore had like decent security. Nope, none of that. First heartbreak of the night. My cart gets thrown away. I should have just kept it in my fucking pocket, but it was in my fanny pack and I totally forgot about it. And she's like, yep, this thrown away. And usually at Minnesota, you know, venues and all that other stuff, you could have a vape, you could have a cart, you could have marijuana itself in your bag basically, or hide it somewhere on you, and they don't give a fuck. But more importantly, the carts and the vapes in Minnesota, they don't give a fuck. Like every single venue I've been to, they don't care. So that's why I was like, a cart in a legal ass state, you have to throw it away? Are you fucking kidding me? So then boom, that's already the first issue I have. She threw my cart away. I'm like, fuck, that was gonna help on the fucking drive home. That happens. Then, you know, I walk past the first like merch thing. None of Leo's merch is there. What? So I'm like, fuck. So I'm sitting here thinking like she's not selling merch at all. And I'm like, why wouldn't you be selling merch in Chicago? Like, what are we doing? Okay, whatever. Get down to, you know, the pit, all that other stuff. I basically get up to barricade. I'm true to this, not new to this, okay? Get up to barricade. I'm talking like with the people that I met in line. Luckily, one of them had a cart, so I was fucking chiefing that shit. So then after that, you know, we're waiting. Mind you, I'm used to Minnesota crowds. One thing about Minnesota crowds, more specifically Minneapolis crowds, is that we go hard, I would say, for anybody. Even if we don't really know the artists like that, we'll still be cheering, we'll still be bumping our heads and cheering for them to like make them feel welcome here in Minnesota. Chicago, being in that fucking crowd while Molly Santana was on was actually so fucking embarrassing. It was embarrassing because what are we doing? What do you mean y'all can't even like be like woo here and there? The crowd was stiff, the crowd was quiet, and she kept being like, damn, y'all are dead. Damn, y'all don't like me. When an artist has to say that more than twice, that means switch it up, y'all. Like, come on. I was trying to cheer for her. I was trying to do all that stuff, and she did perform like a decent amount of her songs too. So that's also where I'm like, y'all, give the girl some credit where credit is due. Like, to be an opener within itself is already hard because people are not there for you. Okay, let's be real. They are there for the main artist, and that is exactly why there's openers in the first place. Regardless, Molly Santana, I don't know if you're gonna see this or not, probably not, but all I can say is that just come to Minnesota next time, baby girl. Just come to Minnesota. Because that Chicago crowd was so embarrassing. I'm like, guys, come on. And also, tickets should never be $300 for the pit. For Flo Milli to meet her multiple times back to back to back, even at Amsterdam, Fillmore, and fucking the Armory. The cost of those tickets, even at the Armory, my ticket was $200. And what? At the fucking credit one, oh my god, that's also another thing that pissed me off about this ticket, was that it was so fucking expensive. It was $300. Me meeting Flo the first time, that shit was $100. Me meeting her the second time, that shit was around $100. The third time, just because she was an opener, but the meet and greet was still whatever, it was around like $200. Like, that's where I'm like, bro, no upgrades, no early entry, no nothing like that, and you're gonna charge $300 fucking dollars? Come on. I could have went to Coachella with that money at that point. Like, what are we doing? So that was already, you know, annoying that I had to pay that much just for a ticket. And you know me, like, the experience. You can always get money back, which is my opinion. If you have the money and you know you're gonna get it back, just spend it. That's my opinion. If you know how to save your money, more specifically, that's what I'm trying to say. Because if you've seen my video, if you can't afford it, you shouldn't be buying it. But like iterating to that is like, if you have the money saved, if you've been saving, if you know how to save your money in order to do fun things, I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking more about the people who don't have the money and they're still going to concerts. But that's where I'm just like, damn, the ticket was $300. Okay, cool. Molly Santana came on, whatever. The person I was there for in the first place, Mana Leo. Yes, she finally came on. Here are my critiques. And it breaks my heart because this critique is genuinely coming from a like true fan of Mana Leo. Like, I love Leo. I've been listening to her music back when Flo brought her out for the first time back in 2022. I went to her club appearance here in Minneapolis, saw her, had a little moment with her, sang Don Julio together, all that other stuff. She gave me the bottle of Don Julio 1942. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm a fan. Okay? And so that's where I'm like, you know, I love supporting my people. If you are coming somewhere close to me or whatever, I'm gonna go support. That's it. Point blank period. But this, Leo, I'm a little disappointed. I am. And I'm not gonna lie. The stuff with Stunna where he got into like I think it was like an ATV accident or like a biking accident, something like that. I understand, you know, him not coming out to perform Passenger Princess, which I'm so mad because I'm sitting here expecting, okay, let me make it clear. So someone in the crowd, basically the person that was right in front of me in barricade, he had the picture of the set list and to be on, or like the set times that people were coming on. So it was like Molly Santana was like for fucking 15 minutes. Leo was for 20 minutes, which almost, once I found that out, I was like, do you want me to kill myself? Because there's no way I drove 6 hours to watch my favorite artist perform for 20 minutes. I'm not done. Ski Mask was performing for I think 35 minutes, and then Don was performing for a fucking hour and a half. Now I get it. I get that Don has a motherfucking discography, like that is a lot, but 20 minutes, not even 30 minutes, 30, yes. Because if you're like, that's where I'm just like, damn, did he really need a whole hour and a half? And don't get me wrong, I like Don Toliver, I like his music, all that other stuff. I am pissed that he got Callie pregnant, but that's not my opinion to say, but it is an opinion, so I'm gonna say it. I like his music, but that crowd, that fucking crowd, no, y'all made me hate every single minute of being in that fucking crowd. So Mana Leo comes on. Okay, bet, you already know I'm going crazy. Leo, I love you, I love you. Why are you performing Wham Bam? Okay, hear me out. So back when Leo first came out with Throwing Bows, she was like, what? Be honest, like what is the song y'all skip from the album? A lot of people said Wham Bam. So why are you coming out performing Wham Bam as the first song? Don't get me wrong. There are so many good songs. I would have even preferred Drunk Freestyle. Like, how does that one go? I said I'm looking for the sluts, I got my eyes peeled. Hey, gas hitting next day, high still. Hey, of course I took the nigga bitch. I still got a leg up on all these bitches like a high heel. Rap bitches hating on me, know they want my deal. Like, come on! Like, come on! I was ready for that. And then, so she does Wham Bam. I don't care, I'm still, Wham Bam, you know, I'm still going hard to that. Cool. What's the next song she does? Don Julio, because she was like, everybody do a toss. She's been doing this at every show, I'm pretty sure, where she's like, everybody say, thank you, Don, thank you, Don. And it relates because she has a song named Don Julio. Okay, cool. Why are you only performing half of Don Julio? Like, don't act like a nigga don't know other words. That's what was, oh my God, it was pissing me off. Then, I'm pretty sure she did Finito. She's like, hey, I'm finna turn up with y'all. Why are we performing other people's songs? Because within that time of you performing Finito, Ranchero, Suck It Up, Passenger Princess, like Body Bag, what are we doing? All those songs! And I'm just like, please! I'm like, okay, Finito, hey, everybody knows Finito, but why are we singing songs that aren't yours? That's just my opinion, because I was ready to go bar for bar, word for word on every single song that you're about to do. Then she goes, Leo, let us sluts. Okay, I'm bringing them back to life, bitch, I got that juggernaut. He keep eating it, I'm just sitting here thinking you gonna let me come or not. Telling me he wants space, he calling my phone, is we having fun or not? No, I'm a trick, I don't give a fuck, the dick good nigga, I fun to thought. Ugh. Like,
Got the beat, I'm finna do this shit acoustic, huh? What the fuck?
okay, bet. Got that one on lock. Why did you only perform for 17 out of the 20 minutes? Hear me out! Hear me out. If she... Throwing Bows alone, all those songs were 27 minutes. Take 3 of the songs out. Okay, that's still a good 6 songs that you could have performed, even if it was a half song. But you're gonna spend the last 3 minutes of your set doing Party in the USA? Party in the USA, my nigga? You couldn't even do Passenger Princess? I'm so frustrated. Like, y'all don't understand. When you really like love, like, and this is my first time seeing Leo, so that's why I was so excited, because I'm like, girl, you have bangers. Like, my first thought is, why are we performing songs that aren't ours? Isn't the point of you being an opener is to perform your songs so people can like whatever? And granted, please don't take this as me hating on Mana Leo. This is not that in any way, shape, or form. I am more critiquing at the fact that I spent so much money to watch her perform, regardless of if it was for 20 fucking minutes. She had her opportunity to at least do 4 or 5 songs in a row, back to back to back, that were hers. The issue that I have is that Molly Santana performed more of her songs than Mana Leo. What are we doing? If you really think about it, if Molly Santana has songs that are between 2 and 3 minutes, within her 15-minute set, she could have performed 5 to 6 songs max. Leo had an extra 5 minutes. Within those 2, you can sing 6 to 8 songs. Please. Like, that's where I'm just like, what are we doing? Granted, I did throw my hoodie up on there and I gave her a note. In the note, I was just basically saying, like, thank you for always being you. Like, I'm so incredibly grateful I found your music. I love, like, you know, the fact that I've been listening to her since basically she first came out. And one thing about me is I'm a ride or die. Like, you know, I'm a for sure, like, #1 fan. Like, if I see that potential, that's why I'm like, I hate potentializing men, but like with women, because with a woman, you could potentialize that woman all you want and she's still gonna reach that potential regardless. So that's where I'm just like, damn, man, like, Leo, come on, I waited. Like, this is the last couple of stops. I get you're tired. I get it's the end of the tour. But man, it felt real fucking lazy with you up there. And don't even get me started about the motherfucking crowd when Ski Mask came on. Why do I not have any control? Why is everybody pushing? And then don't even get me started, because when Dom came on and that nigga was performing for an hour and I'm like, okay, I'm over it. I asked the fucking security, can I get over the barricade? Because sorry, that's how I'm used to fucking, you know, if people are pushing too much, that's how you get out, especially if you're barricade. You jump over the barricade and you walk to the side. At least that's how it works at the Armory. This nigga said, no, you can walk to the back. Bitch! At that point, I was like, get me the fuck out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. So then, once I finally walked to the back and, you know, the rest of the pit is exposed. Are you fucking kidding me? Why is about 3/5 of the fucking pit full? So you're telling me there's an extra 40% back there where nobody's back there? Then why the fuck are we pushing so much? Why are we pushing? Because when I walk to the back and I'm like, please just let me out, please just let me out, I need to get out, there's a whole bunch of room in the back. So what the fuck were we pushing for at the front? Y'all niggas pissed me off. Okay, cool. I'm like, where do I go buy Leo merch? Boom, I find it. All right, bet. $85? 85 fucking dollars for a hoodie? This hoodie better be fucking 100% cotton, fucking have gold embedded in it or something. $85. Granted, I'm used to spending money on merch. That's not what I'm complaining about. Flo's hoodies are usually, from what I remember, $70. And even $70, I'm like, damn, for a fucking hoodie? But I still buy it. $85? And then I asked for a large. This is a large. I will just insert the video here. I'm just shaking my fucking head because when I thought I couldn't be more disappointed, this is a large. I get it. I'm a bigger girl. My arms are big. But why can you see my biceps? Why? This is like, I like hoodies that got some sleeve to it. I feel claustrophobic in this hoodie and it's a large. And this hoodie was $85. This just pissed me off even more about this fucking trip, that I just wasted $85 on a hoodie that doesn't even fit properly. I'm gonna kill myself. Just as a reference, this is a large. You see how it's still like on my body, but it's not fucking suffocating? Come on. Like, I literally wasted every last dollar going on this trip. Like, I'm poor from going on this trip to Chicago, and you don't even understand how pissed I am. Like,
Maybe I should stop trying to be #1 fan because that shit, I'm broke. I'm broke. This fucking $85 fucking hoodie. Hoodie shouldn't, like, there's hoodies that have even been $70 and I still bought it. But $85 for a large? Don't piss me. And it doesn't even have strings. It doesn't even have strings. Don't piss me off.
So y'all can judge for yourself. I spent $85 on a hoodie that doesn't even fit me properly. And the fact that that is a large and it fits me like this, $85. There ain't even strings in it. Like that shit fits me like a long sleeve shirt. And like I said, my biceps should not be that transparent within a black hoodie. Okay, cool. $45 for a t-shirt? Oh my God. And then on top of it, Chicago has fucking tax on shit. So I'm sitting here thinking, oh cool, I'm only gonna spend $130. $143? What? I'm sorry, what? $143. Yeah, you heard that fucking right. Oh my God, bro. Then I tried to get a fucking Uber home. We need you to verify your identity. I didn't bring my license because it's an all ages fucking event. So then I have to order a Lyft. My sister has to order me a Lyft. The price jumped from $18 to $23. At that point, I said, kill me. Just kill me. Kill me. Because what the fuck are we doing? Why is it so expensive? I get in the Uber, I get back to the place, I take my shower, I smoke my joint, eat my ribs, and go the fuck to bed. The next day, we go to Krispy Kreme, we get our donuts. Well, my mirror is flopping all over the place. Luckily, there was a Menards right there. We go to Menards, I get my Gorilla tape my fucking side mirror, and we start our drive. 2 hours into the drive, I'm listening to music. All of a sudden, I hear, the fuck? I'm like, the fuck was that? I pull over, I look under my car. Just when I thought more things couldn't go wrong, they keep going wrong. I look under my car. Oh, great. Some metal piece is exposed and the black piece that was holding it in place is just, you know, whatever. Okay, pop it back in. Start driving again. Not even 2 minutes later. Bad. Pull back over on the side of the fucking highway, start taping the fuck out of that bitch. And that's where I'm like, okay, thanks universe for at least making me go to Menards and get some motherfucking tape so I can make it on this way home. Stop at the first gas station. We're right on the border of Wisconsin and Illinois. So like gas is a little bit cheaper, all that stuff. I was like, I know these niggas finna look at me crazy and I really don't care. I don't care. My ass, I'm like, okay, once we stop at the gas station, I'm gonna tape it more because I really wanna make sure we get home. Bro, I tape it more. Why did we go out to get gas in my gas tank? Because of the person who sideswiped me. I don't know where the fuck they started with the sideswipe, but apparently it was so hard that it forced my gas tank shut. I'm sitting here thinking there's no fucking way we are still 4.5 hours from home and my gas tank is not opening. Because I have one of the push ones where you just go like this and it opens like that. The way I had to pry it open like this, I was like, oh my fucking gosh. Finally, we get back home. Drop Micah off. Go to the fucking Aldi's. Mind you, I have like no money to my name at this point. I've spent so much money on this fucking trip. And that's where I'm just like, I'm never going to Chicago again. I'm never being this naive. And y'all wonder why I travel out the fucking country. Because in the country is ghetto as fuck. Ghetto. Fuck a road trip. I'm flying. I'm never putting my car at risk like that again. We could take somebody else's car. Fuck that shit. I was just like, OMG. How much more can go wrong? Dead ass. How much? Finally get home. Finally get in my safe space. I really look at my car and I'm just like, I'm never going back to Chicago. Never. There's no reason for me to be there. Dead ass. Unless somebody is flying my ass out, paying for my ticket, making me stay in a 4 to 5-star hotel. I'm not going. I'm not. And y'all better have the itinerary plan because I don't want to do anything. The fuck? Sick of this shit. So that was my story time on why I am so disappointed in Chicago. Mama Leo. I hate even saying that. But genuinely, I'm the type of person where it's like, do I look up to her? Yes. But also, as a fan, and hopefully her future interpreter, I have the right to critique. Because if things are never brought to attention, how is anything supposed to change? Come on now. I had to be honest. Leo, I love you. Again, this video was not to bash you in any type of way, shape, or form. I know a lot of things are out of your control. I just wanted to say this so somebody can hear it and I can get it off my chest. Because the way that everybody's like, oh my God, please. How, you know when you come back from vacation and everybody's, oh my God, how was your vacation? Well, now I have to keep repeating the story of how terrible it was. So I've made it into a YouTube video. This needed to be said. I needed to let this out. I needed to rant. I just, of the experience because I'm like, damn, did I really waste all that money? And my dad told me not to go. Sorry, Dad, love you, but I will be going on a trip for my birthday, probably to Curacao. Anyways, I've done enough rambling. I've done enough jibber jabbering about this topic because I feel like if I keep talking about it, it's gonna piss me off. So I'm gonna end the video here. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
When you lead me to the yard was the last word. I need you, man.